YouTube family, what is up? So in this video, I'm going to talk about cheap market versus expensive market. Like which market should you be focusing on wholesaling? And so the reason I'm doing this video, because I woke up this morning and one of my investor buddy sent me a text message. And she's kind of like a one-man show, right? She doesn't have a team. And she's like, hey, Khang, so basically now I'm trying to scale up my business where, but she said that my time is also very busy doing other things. So her question to me was, she's like, hey, Khang, so I brought on a VA, right? Should I just have my VA call these and then just randomly make them an offer, follow the formula and just playing the number game and make them an offer, making an offer? And so the market that she's in, she tells me that the market she's in, the ARV of the property is around $60,000. So after it's in perfect conditions, it's worth about $60,000. So she said typically, she would have to offer them about $1,000 or so, between $1,000 to $5,000, possibly $10,000, right, to put these property in a contract. Because some of these property would cost, $20K, $40K to rehab the property. To get to the point where she's making $60,000. So Instagram family, dude, I think this is going to help a lot of you out because you guys need to understand this, okay? So I told her, right? So she, right? So which means she'd offer them $1,000 to put the property in a contract, okay? But check this out. So for her, all right? So for her to make $20,000 a month, okay? The average wholesale deal in this type of market where the ARV is like 60K, 70K, 80K, I would say the average wholesale deal is right around $5,000, right? I mean, you would do good, right? This is kind of like your home run. It's like, hey, I'm doing 10,000 on a deal in that type of market. So this is a very cheap market. So for her to make $20,000 a month, she would have to do 4 wholesale deal, right, at $5K per deal. Now, if she wants to make $40,000, she would have to do 8 deals, which means it's going to require more employees, more manpower, right, more paperwork, more moving parts. But I told her what she needs to do is she needs to seek in a different market because this is too cheap of a market. It's just not worth it, right? The time that you spent, it's just not worth it. And by the time you're paying all the VAs, because, dude, if you want to do 8 deals a month, you need to have a pretty decent sized team. I would say you need to probably have, 3 cold caller, 2 purchase manager. The team just getting big, and you're not making as much profit. For you to make $40,000 a month, you pay employee, you pay system costs, all of that. By the time you know it, man, you probably profit about $20K a month. So why not focus in a different market where your wholesale fee is a lot bigger and you don't have to do a whole lot of them? So let me explain, okay? See, a lot of you need to understand this, man. It's not about the number of deals. It's about the spread, like how big of a deal. So I told her she needs to pick a market where, the ARV, I would say no less than 150 to like 500,000. Typically, I would say the sweet spot, right? The sweet spot that you want to be in is around 200,000 to 500,000 ARV. That is a good market to go into. Okay, this is kind of like the bread and butter. The first time home buyer, they can afford this. Okay, so typically in that kind of market, your wholesale fee, it's going to be around 20 to 25K. So if she just want to make 20,000 a month, she don't need to do 4 deals a month. All she needs is 1 deal, all right, at $20,000. That's it. And literally, you can make 20,000 a month. You can probably even make 50,000 a month, right? With just probably 2 VAs. That's pretty much it. Because you're in a market where the wholesale fee is a lot bigger. And I also want to point this out. You see, it's not about the number of deals, okay? It's just more work, more headache, more moving parts, more people you have to deal with. Why? Okay? Now you're in a different market. You're in a market where you can make bigger profit, less employee, less overhead, which means, dude, more money in your pocket. Because literally at the end of the day, this is all what matters, guys. Profit. how much do you able to make to squeeze profitable from that business? Okay, dude, if you run $1 million a year biz and you only make $100,000 by the end of the, dude, why even bother? 10%? Come on, man. Shit, bro. So this is what and then the next thing she asked me is, she's like, hey, Khang, should I just have my VA follow the formula and then just offer these homeowner? And I said, yes. I mean, if you don't have the time, just play the number game. You got the money to market. Let's just play the numbers game. So for me, my market, my average wholesale deal is 20 to 25K. And this is how we operate. Every single time we submit an offer, all right, to the seller, I tell my VA, we automatically want to make between 20 to 25K on that deal. So if they accept our offer and we know that we can make 20 to 25,000, then great. But I don't mess with the 5K or the 10K, which means when I submit an offer, let's just say the seller asks for 100,000 and I know we need to be at 75K for us to make 25K, that would be our offer. That right there would be our offer. I wouldn't go up to like, let's just say I wouldn't go up to like 90K just so we can make 5,000 on the deal. It's just a waste of time. Because, dude, you're spending the same amount of time, same amount of effort making 5,000 or 25,000. The choice is yours. So when we submit an offer, I don't mess with the 5,000. I don't mess with the 10,000. Like I said, the minimum we want to make is $20,000 on that one deal, which means if they sign, we'll make $20,000 at least on the deal. So for me, I focus more on the spread. I'd rather do less number of deals, bigger spread. So which means when a seller say yes, dude, I know I'm going to make a big profit, right? So I don't need every seller to say yes. I don't need to do 10, 20 wholesale deal a month and making 5,000 a month. I don't need to. I don't want to. I don't want to run a big monster team. I want to keep it small, lean, mean machine. That's it. So this is something that you guys need to understand, because when every single time when you hear people post on social media, I did X amount of deal, X amount of deal, just ask them, dude, how much is your profit? How much is your overhead? How big of a team do you got? Okay. So, which means, okay, so let's just say we got an offer and then the seller accept our price where we know that we're going to make, let's just say 25,000. And then in between of the negotiation, let's just say that our number was wrong. We have to go back and renegotiate. That's when, you know what, I'm okay with making $5,000 just to get this deal done, because we already tied the seller under contract, right? We already got him go through all this prima donna drama already with us. So I would reduce my assignment fee just make 5,000 just so we can get the deal done. But when we submit our offer, we do not submit where we only make $5,000. Does that make sense? That's why when you see like my wholesale deal, dude, they're big, they're monster. So let me share with you one more thing. So you're in the market. If you're in a market where it's cheap, I highly recommend that you seek out into another market where you know that, once again, the ARV is between 200,000 to 500,000. That is the sweet spot. So your average wholesale deal is probably about 20K. Your home run is probably around, I would say, 40K to 50K. And your grand slam, man, dude, it gets up to 70K, 100K. So imagine if you just do one of these deals a month, one deal, and not have to worry about doing a bunch. So let's just say you call, dude, the minimum I want to make on a deal is 50K. Okay, then forget about the 5K, the 10K, the 20K. So when you submit an offer, dude, just get them super low. And you're going to get a lot more no's than the people who just making 5K on a deal. But dude, when you get a yes, then it's way more worth it. Make sense? Make sense? Okay. So I'm going to open up some questions here. So I know you guys, some of you guys are probably, most of you probably like new into the game. But even if you're new into the game, you need to understand where you need to target these people. Man, honestly, dude, like, Khang, can you break down the ARV number? Man, I don't know how many times I need to talk about the ARV. But yes, I would do it, dude. I don't know how many times I need to break down to talk about the ARV, like the wholesaling format, dude. It's like this, okay? It's ARV minus 30% minus repair minus your fee, right? Whatever you want to make, that is your offer to the seller. So let me explain. So let's just say that property is worth $100,000 once it's fixed up. You minus 30%, now you're at 70,000, okay? Let's just say it costs about 10K to repair. Now you're down at 60,000. Let's say you want to make 10,000, okay? Let's say that you want to make 10,000 on it. Okay, now you're down to $50,000. So that would be your offer to the seller. So you offer the seller 50, they accept. You're going to market out to your buyer for 60,000, and that's how you make your $10,000 assignment fee. Got it? And so what changes is right here. What changes is typically the discount, because in some market, man, like Seattle, California, you don't need to get it down to like 30%, right? Some investors are okay with making 20% on their money or 25% on their money. So which means you got to understand your market and you got to understand your buyer. Because once you understand your market, once you understand your buyer, which means you're able to offer the seller more, which means you'll probably get more yes than no. Let me explain if you don't know what that means. So let's just say that I know that my market investor would buy it at a 20% discount, right? So if you take 100,000 minus 20%, that leaves you at 80,000. So we're using the same formula, and it takes 10,000 to repair. Now we're down to 70K. And let's just say that you want to make 10K. Now you're down to 60K. So which means the guy or the gal that don't understand the market, they would offer the seller 50K. But when the seller, that exact same seller talks to you, you understand your buyer, you understand your market, you're able to offer them $10,000 more. You're able to offer them 60K, and then you can sell to your buyer for 70K, and you still make that $10,000 profit. So the only thing changes right here, that discount price. So understanding your buyer, understanding your market is extremely important. That's why when people are in the game longer, and plus, like, they just dominate the market. Like, they focus on that, strictly on that market only. Like, dude, those are the ones that typically do a lot more deals and bigger deals, right? Because when you go in a new market, you probably don't know, oh, man, I don't know if I got, I don't know what people are buying for in this area. That's why I don't suggest that a lot of you that are starting out start to go, like, in multiple market. It's like the stupidest thing, man. Right? You couldn't even do one market. What makes you think you can do multiple market? Makes sense? Like, if you just focus on your own backyard, your own market, and pick that sweet spot between $200,000 to $500,000 ARV, and then just focus on that one market, man. So because the more you do it, the more experience you got. When you get on the phone with the seller said, hey, I want $150,000 for my house. You know already, like, you know the market so well, you know the market, you know that area, that property's worth $200,000. So you know the seller already dropped $50,000. So your action, your speed is a lot quicker. You're able to, like, make offer to that seller a lot quicker than someone who don't know the market, who don't understand the market. Make sense? So pick a market, focus on that one market, dominate that market. And once you get so good at it, where you can just wholesale in your sleep, you got team, you got system, you got process in place, and then you talk about expansion. But when you're new, when you've done like a few deals and you just want to expand into multiple market, dude, it's a mistake. You will end up losing money. When you try anytime when you try something new, I can almost guarantee you that you will lose money. So when you try a new marketing strategy, you will lose money, because it takes a while for you to understand what works, what doesn't work in that market, right? For you to start making money. So when you're starting out, man, you only do a few, dude, just keep on doing the same thing. If driving for dollars got you that first deal, do it again. If you were doing postcard and it got you that first deal, send out more postcard. If you're doing direct, if you're sending out letters and it got you a deal, do more of those letters. Right? If you're doing probate and it got you to do more of that. Right? Until you got enough capital comes in, and then you increase your marketing, and then you expand your targeting area. Okay? Got it? Comprende? Understand? Okay. Little promo here. All right. Instagram family, if you guys haven't grabbed my book, dude, honestly, man, the only wholesaling book that you need if you're starting out, right, want to close your first deal, Instagram family, comment the word book. I'll send you the link. YouTube family, here's how you do it, man. All you need to do is go to WTMbook.com, right? You put in your email address, your phone number. What's going to happen is my team, and then you grab the book. Just watch out for an email. My team will send you some freebies. Okay? We're going to hook you up with some free stuff. All right, I'm going to let Instagram family go. Okay. So let me see here. YouTube family, any other questions that you guys got? And then I'm going to turn this off. Oh, boy. Let me see here if there's any other questions. Okay, Adrian. Adrian, again, man, your question is, when do you give the title company the purchase and sale agreement? When they sign it, or when the cash buyer sign the purchase and sale agreement? So, dude, Adrian, number one, dude, is that your buyer don't sign the purchase and sale agreement, okay, dude? Your buyer signs what's called an assignment agreement, okay? That's what your buyer sign. Your buyer sign an assignment. You and the seller, okay? You, seller, sign the purchase and sale agreement. Buyer sign an assignment agreement, okay? You're assigning your rights. They sign the assignment agreement. So, Adrian, let me show you exactly how the process works, and you choose which path you want to go. So when typically most investors that are new into the game, once again, the reason why they're afraid to put a prop in a contract, because lack of knowledge, okay, and experience. Because if you knew the outcome, you wouldn't be afraid to take the action, correct? And so let me explain. So the new investor, oh man, let me hold on a second. Let me turn on, sorry. I'm going to try put on Instagram too. I don't know why I turn it off, but hold on a second, YouTube family. Okay. So typically here is how it works, Adrian. So let's just say you and the seller have signed a purchase and sale agreement. Most new wholesaler investors, they are afraid to send this purchase and sale contract. So technically, you're supposed to send the purchase. So once the seller signed the purchase and sale agreement, technically, you're supposed to send it to the title company to get escrow open, right? Which means they're going to start the paperwork. But you let them know that, hey, you know, we're actually going to sign the deal. So we're going to let you know once we found the buyer, but they will get the paperwork going. Okay? So technically, you're supposed to send it to the title company along with your EMD. So you can open escrow. And because once you send the purchase and sale agreement to the title company along with your earnest money deposit, now the contract becomes legally binded, which means the seller cannot go behind your back and try to sell it to somebody else. Now, Adrian, let's just say that you're afraid of sending the contract, the purchase and sale contract to the title company, because you'd be like, hey, Khang, what if I can't find a buyer? Who pays for all the fees, right, with the title company? Well, my friend, typically if you call them, you build relationship with them, they don't charge you anything. You just say, hey, I do a lot of deals. I'm fine. I'm looking for a good, title company to work with, yada, yada, yada. Typically they don't, because they want to keep, right? Typically they'll just cancel it and they don't charge you anything. But if you don't know what you're doing, they might charge you a fee, right? Just to get the process, the paperwork. But if that's what you're, and honestly, dude, it doesn't cost that much, all right? But once again, if you build a relationship with the title company and you let them know, hey, I just want to get escrow open. Here's the earnest money deposit. Don't do anything yet. because we're going to sign this deal. We're going to find a buyer and we're going to sign it. And if that title company is investor-friendly title company, they will understand what you mean. So they don't do a whole lot of work. So typically they won't charge you anything. Okay. But let's just say that you got the seller to sign the purchase and sale agreement and you're afraid to send it to the title company. And I know a lot of wholesalers do this. You can just hold on to that contract, man. So which means you don't even have to drop off the earnest money. You don't have to send it to the title company. You don't have to drop off your earnest money deposit to the title company. But now that contract is not legally binded. Even though they sign, you sign, they're not legally binded, which means the seller can technically go and sell it to somebody else. Okay? Because when there's a third party and the money has been exchanged, like which means they have received the EMD, that contract, dude, it's no good. But most seller won't know that. Most seller think that, hey, if they sign with you, they're good to go. They don't even know about the earnest money deposit. Like they don't know about any of this. So typically, I see that new wholesaler, they just hang on to the purchase sale contract. Okay? But like I said, that's how you would do it. Okay? So you would send it to the title company. Once you found the buyer signed the assignment agreement, right? And they would also have to drop off a non-refundable, not an EMD. So they can have skin in the game. And then you send that assignment agreement to the title company. And then the title company do the rest of the work. They just follow exactly what's on the assignment, which is when is the closing date, how much is the buyers buying it for, and then boom, you're done. That's it. Okay? So the process is that's how you're supposed to do it, which means the purchase sale agreement goes to the title company. You drop off your EMD. You can wire it in. You can send them a check, whatever you want to do. And then you mark it out to the buyer. You found the buyer. They sign in the assignment agreement. You send it to that same title company. And then they do the rest of the work and they'll get you paid. That's typically the process. Got it? Okay. Okay, Willie wanted me to analyze one of his deals. So let's check it out. So ARV is 190. Okay. So let's analyze this deal and then we're going to call this a wrap. So the ARV of this property, let's see if it's a deal or no deal. So the ARV of this property is 190. It's a 5-bed, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet. ARV is 190. Rehab, I still know the number, man. So rehab is 56K. Okay. And then seller's asking for 40K. Dude, lock it up, bro. Listen, dude, like, do you guys, bro, seller's asking. Now, this is just asking. Look at this, guys. Dude, tell me that dude, this is a deal, bro. Okay? I mean, seller's asking for 40K. You haven't even negotiated. If I get on the phone with the seller, I'm probably going to get this thing for 10,000 and probably make it's burned down. Dude, burn down, Willie. So when you say burn down, bro, the next question I want to ask you is, have you seen the picture of the property? Or did someone just tell you, hey, the house caught on fire? It's a burnt house. Because typically, dude, majority of the time, you can actually save it. Okay, I've done a burnt house before where an investor comes in, and like, dude, this is a tear down. We went in there, dude, we got the entire house. Now, there's a much more strict process with burnt house. You got to hire a professional to go in there, and they got to spray, and they got to get all the smoke smell out and all of that, bro. It's a longer process, but I've seen it in person. It's a tear down. Okay, so if it's tear down, now, bro, burnt house is good, man, right? Because the seller already got the money from the insurance, so anything that they make, anything they can sell that property for is just cherry on top. And that's why I think I've done like 2 burnt house deal, and one of them made me 50K, the other one made me 55 G's. And both of these was brought to me by a realtor. Okay, so now you got to figure out, dude, what is the land worth? What is the value of the land? Okay, so that's the question. That's the question I want to ask you, Willie. It's like, what is the value of the land, dude? And is this on market or is this an off market deal? Okay, is this on market or off market deal, Willie? Okay, so now so let's just say if the land is worth 40K, dude, probably offer it. Let's start at 10K. Start the negotiating at 10,000, and then work your way up. Okay, off-market deal, that's perfect. Man, Willie just answer me one question, dude. Now I need to know is what's the value of the land, right? So which means there's a house on it already, which means now it's buildable. So it's going to cost, so let me tell you the cost of this construction, okay? So let's just say if it is a tear down, it's going to cost about 10,000 or so, 10 to 15,000 just to remove the house and then start building again. So now the buyers, if I was the buyer, I'm going to look at, hey, what is this value? What is this land worth? Because utility is already there, right? Because there's a house there, which means utility is already there. So we're ready to build. Just need to get some permit, scrape the house, get it clear off. It's going to cost 10 to 15,000, and then they can start build. Okay. So I'm still waiting for Willie answer, but that's okay, dude. I ain't gonna waste no time, okay? So that's what you got to figure out, man. And then just offer the seller whatever makes sense, put on a contract, and then get this thing done. And a lot of you, dude, you're afraid. Don't know the value of the land yet, dude. Willie, it's very easy, dude. To know the value of the land, dude, go check the tax assessed value. Right? Check the test, dude. You can go on it's Zillow or whatever it is. Check the tax assessed value on that property. It kind of tells you what it's worth, and then just call some realtor, man. Call some realtor and say, hey, I was looking at this piece of land here. You're right, utilities already there, the house is already there, right? But it seems like it needs to be tear down. I just want to know from you is what is the value of that land? If I were to buy it and then if I were to turn around and sell it the next day, what can I get for it? That's it. And if they say, hey, that land is worth 40,000, dude, minus 30%. 40K minus 30%. So which means offer the seller 28K, man. But I would start low, dude. I would start like 20K. And then after that, if they accept the 20K, dude, market for $30,000 and make your 20K profit. Okay? It's that easy. All right, YouTube family, I appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope this video add enough value to you. Be sure to, boom, smash that thumbs up. I appreciate all of you. Until next time, take care. And let's go get this money. I'm out. Okay.